Hello everyone, Taku here, also known as Dan. This is my Let's Play this is part 2 of my Let's Play of Demon's Souls. And just join this intro. In other words, FromSoft is saying, hey, guess what? Shit's dangerous. Because usually when you see a huge colossal lizard come your direction, you kind of don't want to find out what it's doing, especially when it's eating people. So, here I am, just starting the actual game itself and making sure I get everything that I still remember, since it's been roughly a year since I played this game. So, the Dreglings in this game, the very first enemies that you meet in the game proper, aren't exactly all that dangerous. They're intended to be the enemies that you kill most. Like, they're the training enemies. If you're ever trying to figure out how to parry, they're the ones you fight. But in this video, I'd like to talk about college and the price of admission. And what I mean by this is, a lot of times when people look at college, especially in America, only about 20% of people, I believe is the recognized statistic, actually go to college, which is a gigantic mistake. Not the going to college part, but the lack of going to college. College is really important, guys. Really important. I'm getting my BA in English, and I could probably move to a master's afterward. But the point is that with my master's I could teach at a community college and make easily 30 to 40 grand a year, doing a job that I would probably enjoy if I backstab that guy. Fuck that guy. But the point is that it enables you to not work minimum wage the rest of your life. It also enables you to go to different countries. People who are interested in Japan, if you have your BA in anything, the JET system will take you in. They are willing to let you teach in Japan or try to. And some people go that route. I won't say a lot, but some do. Those who do, they're going to get to see a different country. They're probably going to enjoy it. And you only stay there for 4 years, as I completely botched that parry and get stuck in that animation. I just want to point something out here. If this was Dark Souls 2, that guy swinging his sword would have done enough damage to probably kill me. Whereas in this game, the Dreglings, they're intentionally weak. They have these spam attacks, and that's the big thing behind the Dreglings. They're weak. You can give weak enemies that don't do a ton of damage these spammy attacks that essentially have huge hitboxes, even though it's really just him waving his weapon around like an idiot. You could have those weak enemies that don't do a lot of damage because the damage they do is fairly negligible. And in this game, since you can just eat all the grass you want, it doesn't really matter. Everybody in this game is a pothead, I guess. But the parry system in this game is so much better. But back to BAs, so I don't get completely sidetracked. It's something that you want to get. With an associate's degree, a community college degree, you kind of need to get something that is immediately useful to you. If you want to become a welder, if you want to become a craftsman or a builder or something, getting your associates in that will give you all the tools that you need to succeed at that. But getting your BA isn't quite as strict. You could get your BA in English. This is what I'm doing. You've already stated that. You could get it in art. It doesn't really matter, because even if you don't do something in that field, it's just the simple fact that you had to work towards that goal. You had to take classes that you did not fully understand or were able to really do, as I take a firebomb to the face. And here's what I mean. To get your BA, you're probably going to have to take some geology class. At least one, most likely. You're going to have to take relatively amateur math. college algebra, minimum. You're going to have to take some, at least maybe a philosophy class, some science classes, and possibly a language class. And the very fact that you succeed in these means more about your character than just your degree, for the most part. Let me put it this way: you have proven that you are capable of learning things, which is very important. Because if you're unable to learn, then where are you? I mean, you're just screwed. You can't do a whole lot if you cannot learn. The BA basically means you can be trained. That's about it. Watch out for this area in the game, by the way. It's very easy to fall off. Most new players die that way. They just roll right off, not realizing that it's a death drop. But yeah, BA is education. It's important. For your BA, get it in what you are relatively interested in. Like, that was almost falling good. Don't go in with the idea of I'm just going to go get the most profitable thing ever, because you and everybody else is going to do that. Don't get it in a business degree. Please, for the love of God, don't go get a business degree. They're useless. You get your business minor, which is far better. You're able to take the classes that are pertinent to what you want to take, what you want to do as a living, and you can then just take the minor. You can specialize in the major you want to learn, as I completely fuck up dodging through that. I've seen some Let's Players dodge through that particular ball. Call it a cannonball, it's too big. Trebuchet ball? Or catapult ball. But no, business, no. Do not get your BA in business unless you want to go for your master's and teach business. See, the thing I love about this game is how good the parry system feels. Because when you parry someone, you fucking stab them, you just run them right through, you slam them into the ground, and blood squirts up everywhere. It looks great. Dark Souls looks a little bit nicer, and then Dark Souls 2, oh my fucking god, looks like shit. Ugh. But, back to degrees, yeah. You want to get something in what you're interested in. This here is a trap. It is designed to teach you that those barrels explode. And since I know about it, I know not to just run down there and get blown up by it. But many new players just run down there, get blown up, and probably think, oh man, arbitrary difficulty. But then they come back, don't run down there, and the guys blow themselves up. At which point the new player probably just laughs. It's like, oh, those stupid dreadlings. Falling damage in this game is very minimal, I should say. It's very liberal with how far you can fall. Which is nice, because it means that you can fall just ridiculous distances, survive somehow. In Dark Souls, the fall distance is not nearly as kind. You will fall and die from things that in Dark Souls would have just maybe taken off a little bit of your health. Dark Souls 2, the falling distance is even worse. I mean, just expect to die from falling. Expect more realistic falling deaths, I should say. That's the thing. There are people who love simulations. I'm on this tangent. Who love simulations, who like the idea of, ooh, I'm going to play a fighting game with swords and rapiers and stuff, and it's going to be so cool, and oh man. But here's the thing. In reality, there aren't health bars. In reality, the rapier is the most powerful one-on-one unarmored weapon that you can get that is not a ranged weapon. And this is because a rapier is weighted towards the back. You can stab somebody in the foot and then quickly raise it before they can do anything else and stab them in the face with a rapier. It's stupid how good they are. Just idiotic. Which is why they completely phased out almost every other weapon. So we're coming up on Ostrava here. And Ostrava is a badass. He's a nice guy. Everybody loves him. Hi guys, thanks for watching.
That well.